Okay, welcome to week one. Naturally, you're already doing task item one if you're watching this video. So you're watching the week one announcement video. Each week, I will do a brief overview of what's coming up for the following week. I will provide any kind of general feedback or answer some common questions that have been asked in the previous week. And so you're definitely going to want to check out these videos. They're going to become much more helpful kind of as the semester goes on. So a lot of this stuff this week is introductory. So you're going to watch my introduction video, watch the syllabus overview video so you know what my expectations are in the course. I do utilize the question answer discussion board, so you can post any questions you have about the class or any of the assignments there. The syllabus review video does need to be watched by May 7th at 11:59 in order to get credit. If you have not done it by then, you actually put yourself at risk for being removed from the class because we're looking for that engagement piece for financial aid purposes. And then you'll see kind of the sequence each week is similar. So after that, you need to make sure you've done the corresponding reading and read the chapters in the textbook. You'll want to watch those lecture videos. Those are a part of your participation grade. So you will need to watch them and do the quiz kind of that pops up in the middle of watching those. Each of the corresponding chapters has a specific quiz that corresponds with that. And then for this week, in order to prepare for your discussion board, you will need to watch the Cultural Circles role play video. So me and a doc student in the past completed a role play where I show that technique and how I use it in session. And then you'll get an opportunity to complete it yourself as a part of your discussion board and talk about a little bit about yourself and how you could use it with future clients. Just make sure you don't miss that second prompt. Sometimes students forget to talk about how they would use that in future clients or with future clients. Let me turn on student view. I just like in week one to go ahead and give you a quick kind of run around. Naturally, the modules are going to be what are really helpful for you while going through this class. It goes in order of your expectations. I always provide a link of what you should be doing kind of for the next course. For each chapter, not some chapters I don't have extra resources, but several in this course especially, I have a lot of resources. So I kind of highly recommend starting like a Google Doc or a Google folder for this class. And that way you can kind of just put in all these additional resources that I share. You're not in 7 weeks going to be able to watch and read everything I recommend. But this might be material that really interests you that you want to come back to in the future when you have more time, maybe even after you graduate. So I always recommend to new students in creating kind of your own, like, after you graduate folder of recs to come back to. So I highly recommend doing that. And then make sure this is kind of the grades place. So that's where you're going to go to make sure, like, maybe your lecture videos went through, things like that. And then the assignments tab. This is where you're going to find the various assignments kind of for this course. You can either have it shown by date or even sort it by type of assignment. And that's where you can access all of these. Just keep in mind the quizzes for each week actually don't launch until the week starts, and then they are due by the end of that specific week. All right, jump on that question and answer discussion board if you have any questions.